Hey there, hi there. It's your Tintoy, Eugenetintoy, the little Tintoy company. And I bid you warm welcome to my stream. How is everyone doing today? Your Tintoy's doing pretty good, as you can tell from my energy levels. Got a decent amount of sleep last night. My sleep schedule has been slowly but steadily improving. You know how it goes, like you get so invested in something that you turn around, it's like, oh geez, it's early AMs. I should have been in bed 4 hours ago. That hasn't been that extreme with me, but you know how it goes. Just one more turn, as Civilization fans know very well. And boy, yeah, just one more turn turns into like 4 hours later. Like, it's unreal how great that game could be and how it could sink its claws right into you. So today I'm playing Monster Sanctuary. I apologize for the lack of streaming this week. Though it's not a case of me like mucking up like it was last week. This week there were circumstances that I wanted to be available, and yeah. So it is what it is. You know, life comes at you, and you gotta be available for it. So it's good. I'm here now. You know, all is right with the world. So I mean, as far as the Tintoy world goes, so it's gonna be fun days, fun times ahead. And this weekend we're gonna be streaming, Boof and I mean, a brand new game. It's actually gonna only be available for a little bit. It's like a demo thing, but it's a multiplayer game, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. It's one we've been keeping an eye on for quite a while now. And was it gonna be the one game I hyped up last time I streamed? But that game's gonna come eventually. But this was completely different, but kind of like in the same vein. So all these little hints to give you an idea of the primary game I was talking about last time. You in here, Boof? Do you lurk these days, or are you busybody right now? That's curious. If not, that's fine. So I have things to yap about. Hey, Boof. Yeah, let me know when you get that thing about that thing. I'm curious to know how it goes. You know what I mean. If you're there, if you know, you know, as they say in the business. I'm just keeping it vague. Oh yeah, by the way, I pre-ordered Neo 3. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be streaming it. I was hoping to do so with Boof, but that's just going to be a game between the two of us. I saw the minimum requirements, and my PC does meet them, except for the Windows 11 requirement. It's a minimum. It'll still run on Windows 10, but I just don't. I just don't. I don't know where to go from there. But yeah, I just I see. Yeah, like I blast through the minimum requirements, something like the recommended. But I'm just gonna play on the PlayStation 5. Why not? I want to try to get some let's see, stand graphics with upscaling. Yeah, so yeah, it'll just be easy for us, you know. PS5, like, one of the great things about this generation is it's so easy just to jump into multiplayer with other people. I'm actually gonna shoot you the system requirements on Discord. I mean, that's a good matter. Like I said, we're just gonna be PS5. I think your PC may meet the minimums, but we'll just play on PS5. It's okay. It's okay. It'll just be like all the other well, it'll just be like Neo 2. We played that game into the ground on the PS5. It'll just be a game between us, like Resident Evil 5 is. Though, we'll see about if they make a remake. We'll see about that one, but chances are, there'll be just a game between us on the PS5 or whenever. Because I'm really liking Resident Evil 4's remake, streaming it, but it still caused it problems. Like, that was the game that made me realize, oh, I can't dual stream, and ooh, I gotta lower the resolution down. So if if the 5 remake uses a more advanced version of the RE engine, then my PC's cooked. At least when it comes to streaming. Like offline, I'd probably be able to handle it. It's also one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming Monster Hunter Wilds, a game I really do like, but it's just my PC won't be able to handle it. I suppose if I used the PNG look, I probably could get away with it, but some games I want to keep to myself. That'd be a fun community game, but I don't have much of a community. But that's okay, you know, not too worried about it, really. But yeah, no, I am looking forward to playing Neo 3. I did pre-order it, by the way. When I saw the requirements, so you know what, I was holding off just to see what the requirements were. And I'm like, okay, I think I'll just get it for the PS5, and it'll just be a game for us. Hold on. Switch that over. Oh yeah, I gotta switch my reboot over. Yeah, just did you get a chance to check out the Xbox Direct thing from yesterday? I mean, the highlights. I have a few things to say about that. It was actually a pretty decent highlight. What I wish about these things, I mean, I don't mind like it to a certain extent. Like I think developers coming on and gushing about their projects and whatnot, but I was hoping for more like uninterrupted gameplay. Like my whole thing is, E3 used to have this. They bring the developer on, they yap about their game for a little bit, inspirations, you know, just like have like a nice setup. Then they show like uninterrupted gameplay. Like it's 5 minutes of yapping, 10 minutes of gameplay, or some such like that. I never liked the thing where they're yapping and then they put like little like slices of gameplay between it. Like I think Rockstar does it really well, where they have gameplay, uninterrupted gameplay, but they have like voiceover. Like, oh, you could do this, then they show it. Like I think that's a cool way of doing it too. But like having this like interview style like talking, then cut to some gameplay, then back to them was like, okay, it's not ideal, and I kind of don't like it, but you know, that's what they want to do. Okay. But yes, Fable's the one I was looking forward to. That pottery game from Double Fine looks neat, but I don't think it's gonna be my pot of tea. It does look neat, but I don't think I don't know. Like I like them as a developer, but I don't really play their games. I mean, I like Psychonauts back in the day, but I never even played the sequel. But anyways, Fable does look pretty good, not gonna lie. For a game that's been in development for such a long time, it did show pretty well. It did show a lot better than I was expecting. You have a horsey now, so that tells you it's gonna be a bit of an open world. Fable 1, 2, and 3 are not open world. They kind of are, but it's like small areas put together with loading screens, kind of like what Obsidian does with like Avowed and the Outer World games, which is a fine way of doing it, by the way. I'm not poo-pooing it, and people who do, you know, are weak and won't survive the winter. But one thing I wish they showed off more was like the choices and consequences, because in 2, I'm playing 3 right now because I finished 2, but 2 does a smart thing of where instead of aging you by 0.7 years, I think I talked about this before. In the original Fable, every time you leveled up, like you spent points on, you know, will, skill, or strength. I don't think skill was in the... No, I think it was. Never mind. If you spent points in that, it aged you up. So by the time you find your mother towards the end of the game, you're older than her. So it was a very weird way of doing things. But in the sequel, you made choices, then there's time skips, then whatever choices you made radically changed the areas, which I really liked. And not many games do that. Like, that means they have to account for all these different world states. So they have a default one, then they have to create basically 2 completely different looks to a single area. Then they do that for think 3 or 4 areas. I mean, there's a choice you make in the prologue, which changes the look of one of the city areas. Then there's 2. Yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3 of them. It's not a lot, but it's still pretty cool. One thing I found out though, like it was second screen viewing every time like the developers were talking. I kind of like zoned out, but then I looked back every time I checked, like, oh, this gameplay, so I stopped what I was doing. I was playing Fable 3, funny enough. But apparently there won't be any body morphing, which I'm super disappointed in. That is such a cool feature that more developers need to do. In case you're wondering if anyone's watching the VOD, because I know Booth knows what I'm talking about, is when you invested points into like strength, skill, or will, your character changed. Like I'll use Fable 2 in this example. So there was 2 skills and say strength. It's called toughness and physique. Toughness was your overall base. It was your health bar basically. It didn't change how you looked. Like there was 3 skills. One to level up like your combat abilities, like to unlock like different like power attacks essentially. You could level it up a few times. Then you had physique, which increased your damage with melee attacks, and toughness, which was your health bar. The one that increased your combat capabilities and your health didn't do anything. It was just flat upgrades. It didn't change how you look. But physique made you more muscular. Like first you'll start with tone, then eventually you start getting like a bodybuilder body. Not like power weightlifters, you know, where they're like very stocky. This is more like you start turning into like Arnold Schwarzenegger during his bodybuilder days, his like modeling days. And you know, when you got to max, it kind of looked, I don't want to say grotesque, but you were really like super duper buff, like completely transformed. And that was for the ladies too, so you could become like a real brick poop house if you wanted to. But it kind of like blurred the lines between the genders. So you know, dudes became just like really grotesque, like an Atlas statue, but with like on steroids, and like the ladies became the same thing. But I digress. And with skill, you had accuracy and speed. Speed just caused you to attack faster and shoot quickly, which was it. With toughness, it did not change how you looked. But with there's one called accuracy, which increased the damage done with pistols, or ranged weapons. I should say, that caused you to grow taller. So eventually you become super duper tall, and if you took physique, you'll be super duper tall and super duper wide. So that was a lot of. So I think that's like what a lot of people did, because if they skipped magic, that's what they basically ended up looking like. I found like it's good just to specialize in that game if you really don't like the look of it. And eventually in the DLC, not whole island, they had potions that you can do away with. Oh, you don't want to be tall anymore? Have the short stack potion. You want to be tall again? Have the tall person potion. But there was nothing for physique, so if you didn't like the bodybuilder look, oh, I'm sorry, you're stuck with that forever. And magic is the coolest one of the bunch, in my opinion. So what you did is you didn't invest in any skills. You invested in spells. And different spells, and you upgrade their levels. And each spell you got, and each level you got in those spells, you would meet certain thresholds. And that would cause, because magic in that game is you could quick fire it, targeted, or do area effect. And eventually you'd be able to charge it up to do more damage. And so the more you invest in magic, the more powerful your magic becomes. at certain thresholds, and you also charge it up quicker. But also what happens, you start getting like magical ley lines in your skin. Like, I think if you're good, you get blue, and if you're evil, you get red. And so so eventually you're just covered in these like magical like runes. And it's not like, like written language. It looks like your veins are like magical energies coursing through your veins. It's not gross. There is like a set pattern on it, but it's really, really cool. So you can end up being like a super tall, really buff person with like sick, glowing tattoos, essentially, if you upgraded everything and didn't specialize. But I always thought that was really great, and obviously you like age up when there was a time skip. But that's not going to be in the new game, and that's super duper disappointing to me. I always thought that like gave you like a unique identity. Like, oh, you're a hero, and how you differentiate that you're a hero. You got like magical tattoos. You're taller than the highest oak, or you're the size of or you're as wide as a house. Looks like you could punch like a mountain in half. Like it's just it differentiated. Yeah, I got there. You from the rest of the world. I take a sip of water. So, kind of wish they did that. One thing I hope they don't do is that the reason why you're a hero is because you're from a certain bloodline. And I hate that trash so much. You have no idea how much I hate special bloodline crap. It's just... It would be one thing if the world was full of heroes, like in the first game. But you're the only hero. No, you're one hero of like 3 others. That's it. It's so, and maybe they're heroes too. Well, the chances are they're heroes too because their ancestors were heroes. So, like, the average person can't do what you're doing because they don't have, they didn't score the genetic lottery like you did. And I hate that junk. You have no idea how much I dislike that stuff. It's just like, it's like borderline, like, racial purity crap. It's like, oh wow, you have the pure gene. You're superior, and that that's a callback to really, that's like callback to Nazi Germany crap, or current U.S. or not even U.S. like global, what's going on globally right now with the rise of fascism, overt fascism, and all that sort of thing. But I just never liked it. It was a stinking crappy plot point, and I hope they do away with that in the sequel. They very much way well have. They were kind of light on story details, other than like other than like the call to action. And yeah, like I hope like they could probably have you like be able to marry anyone. That they say as much, but I hope they have like more interesting NPCs. Like all the NPCs in those last first 3 games. Like essentially, when you beat the game, those interesting story NPCs disappear. So the game starts. This feels a little bit less. It feels less crowded. Not crowded. It feels less alive because those characters you got to know and actually have personalities, they're just gone, and you're stuck with a bunch of like NPCs that really have no unique personalities of their own. And so if you want to go down that route, you're marrying and have kids with like an NPC, not some named character with a unique personality. And I'm hoping they keep those around so that maybe you can get married to them and have kids with them if that's what you so desire. But it's just kind of annoying that they did that in the previous games. I'm hoping they have something in the new game that keeps them around. I guess they didn't want to do it because you can hack any NPC in the game. I mean, you get some consequences. People won't like you as much, but who cares? All you need to do is like give them a thumbs up and they'll like you again. Game the system. But I guess they didn't want people hacking the story NPCs. But they can just turn that option off. Like turn off the toggle for safe mode, which is what's prevented you from accidentally cacking an NPC, is the safe mode. But yeah, so this is still, the game still holds up. Like 2's UX is very sluggish and it's still pretty damn buggy, but at least you can play fetch with your doggo and it's nice. Unfortunately, in the 3rd game, that fetch mechanic doesn't work. At least I remember it not working. Before, in 2, you threw the ball and they picked it up and dropped it back. Oh yeah, this control doesn't work. Anyway, I gotta exit this game because otherwise it won't work at all. In 2, they picked up the ball and brought it back to you. In 3, I remember them not even getting the ball. So I hope I'm misremembering. Because it's fun. You know, when a feature works, you know, throw a ball, the doggy go gets it for you and drops it back off. It was like, it's a charming little detail that you really don't need to do. I mean, the only thing that changes your dog's attitude towards you is if you scold them, which has the most heartbreaking icon, or you like give them treats, or you know, like not play with them, like just like coochie coo them. It's like, oh hi, like, you know, you praise them and all that junk. Let's see if I know how to play this game. Right die for all your monsters. Utilizing the combo system properly is key to getting good range combat. Do you remember how it works? Oh, wrong button. Yes. Every reaction you do in combat increases the combo ratio. Hit enemies and heal buff to your allies. So increase the damage following attacks. The combo counter resets after every turn. So it makes sense to always act with a weaker defensive or assist monster first. Okay, yep, I'm glad that exists, because now I remember. Do you know that the buffering not only counts how many buffs you applied? Also gives extra points behind me. I was too poised, burnt, shield enemy. My first strategy is stay on defense and let my debuffs do the job. Okay, that's good. Hello, fellow keeper. Are you aware of the execution power is calculated? Explain it to me. Get back to yapping after I figure out all this stuff. Execution is mainly based on how well you use the combo system. Your first 2 monsters increase the rating if you manage to get a high combo count. Last monsters increase the rating depending on how much damage it deals relative to the enemy's health. Also, you get increased points if you exploit the enemy's weakness. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I have opinions about Fable, but you know, I'm glad I started playing the old games again. Cause it's been a hot minute since I played them, and I'm glad I did. Because like I said, they hold up and they're really fun. What's up, fella? Always think about having enough supplies. You never know what kind of dark times might be ahead of us. That's a good idea. We're gonna go find a store and buy some health potions. Usually champion monsters are very rare, but recently they've been seen in all regions of Sanctuary. Dub-dubba. Oh, no, that's not where I want to go. Oh, one thing it's silly, I don't like, but you know, what it is that the best way to become rich is to become a landlord. And you know how much I hate landlords. So it's it's very, very depressing, but you know, it's a fairy tale where you know, landlords aren't parasites. I mean, you can be if you want to, but you know, you can reduce the rents severely, or you know, not change it, or be like an actual landlord and increase it to absurd amounts. And you can just evict anyone you want without cause or reason. All right. A nice even 25. Let's get those Phoenix tier. All right, 5's good. Skill resetter. I'll keep just the one there. Yeah, potat. Mana plus 15. Betty. Oh, yeah. Okay. Think I'm good. Oh, wait, no. Right, I forgot. You have to equip your dudes with dudes. Oh, excuse me. I gotta remember what the heck these dudes do. Restore. Okay, yeah, this is the magic guy, so I'll just equip this dude with that. Yeah, you could be the punch guy as usual. This is a catzerker. Hi. Hey, rookie. Got your first monsters? Heck yeah. Careful. A lot of strong champions were spotted recently. The cause of all the hubbub was unclear, but I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. Oh, sounds like I should be too. What's all that? Oh, hey, what's up, fella? Smith, you are a rookie monster keeper, right? I'm a blacksmith of monster armor and weapons. I could upgrade equipment for you. I'll give you some materials to get started. Papa, cotton, red gem, green gem, blue gem. Use those to upgrade some of your equipment. Oh wow, the upgrades seem pretty sizable. Okay, I'll upgrade a couple things. What be this? Oh, that's just like a progress thingy. What's up, kid? This is the Keeper's Tower behind me. Only true keepers are allowed to go inside. In this world, the strongest monster keepers go to train and fight each other. You can even fight against old champion monsters you've already defeated. Can't wait to be a monster keeper myself. I already know how exactly which monsters I want to have on my team. Well, you're more prepared than I am, kid, 'cause I have no idea who I want on my team. You're simple, buddy. You recently became a monster keeper, right? So how many monsters do you already have already? I already have a few. We moved to Sanctuary only recently. This seems so exciting to live in a place like this. I even caught my first monster. Congrats. This place is pretty big, Boof. This is an archive of Keeper's Stronghold. For centuries of Monster Sanctuary history is written down in all those books. I'd like to read all about the different monsters. Oh, I've gotten covered this entire map, figure out where everything is. 'Cause you never know where I might need to come back for certain thingies. This exit leads to the Blue Caves. Other keepers report they've spotted some champion monsters down there. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna go that way next. Skill resetter. Hey. I think I got pretty decent spread with my equipment. Alright, where's this lead? Halt! This path leads to the eastern parts of the sanctuary. Stronghold, dungeon, and ancient woods. Monsters in these parts are unruly beasts, nothing like the blobs and rockies of the Keeper's Trail. Come back once you've beaten 3 champion monsters and reach rank of Keeper Novice. Okay. Can do. Oh, Eugene! How you getting along in the wilds by yourself? Oh, it's your mom. Want to become a keeper master? You know me, your father are only keeper rangers, so don't press yourself too much. Oh, who am I kidding? I know it's pointless to argue with you once you set yourself a goal. That's what makes us so proud of you. Never forget to keep your monsters healthy. Oh, thanks, Mom. What's up, Pops? Hello, son. How are you doing in your endeavors as a monster keeper? You want to reach the highest ranks of our order? A good goal. Grandfather became a keeper dragoon, and that's the second highest rank in the order. So we expect no less for you. Ha ha ha. But never put yourself or your monsters in unnecessary danger. You hear? Take this with you on your journeys. Rooch. I do, but that thing is a scarf, not a beard. You can see it in a concept, yeah, but it looks like I have a gray beard.
Hello, Father. It's me, your son, Eugene.
Hey! What goes better with the new outfit than the new name? Why, yes, you can just let me change your name if you like. I'll make sure the entire sanctuary will catch up with the news in no time. No. Why change a perfectly good name? The perfect name, you can say. Hello, Monster Keeper. I like your style. Won't you ever feel like changing it up? You can at least let me switch up your colors. It doesn't take me any time at all. You might find some different outfits on your journey. You can check my selection to see where each outfit is hidden. Also, some outfits I only grant to who are worthy of it. Say if you were to rise to the rank of Keeper Master. So what will it be today? Quite a sizable amount. Alright, what we got here? Magma Chamber. Snowy Peaks, Mystical Workshop, Keeper Master. See, this outfit's already worse than what I got because it does have a feather in its cap. Actually, I think they're all odd. They don't have any, feathers in them caps. And you know how I am about feathers and caps. Or pom-poms. You know, pom-poms are cute too. I'll take those. Either or. I'm not picky. Well, hey, fella. Hello, fellow Spectral Keeper. I'm Will Heckett, Keeper of the Spectral Toad. And you must be Eugene. Did you hear the rumors? They say there's an unusual amount of champion monsters around. Mysterious, isn't it? Wouldn't it be awesome if we managed to hunt one down? That would grant us quite some respect in the keep. Perhaps I may even be able to discover the cause of this rise in champion monsters. Might be an unnatural phenomenon. As my first monster only recently though, I studied monsters and such for some years, but I still have some troubles. So I think we should support each other. The 2 other Spectral Keepers have an advantage on us. Leonard is a bit older, so he already gathered some experience. Julia started as a monster keeper at a very young age, so she has more experience than us as well. They're both already keeper lancers, and we're just keeper aspirants. That means they're 3 ranks above us. But since there's so many more champions around than usual, we might catch up with them eventually. Here, this monster journal might help you. Don't worry, it's a spare one I got from my grandfather. You received a monster journal. You may view it in the menu. My grandfather created these journals. They have a lot of empty pages, but these pages will be filled as you find and collect new monsters. Nice.
Hey, what are you doing here?
It's dangerous in the Blue Caves. Don't you have any grasp of what's going on? I, Leonard of the Narasima bloodline, will take care of these champion monsters. It's not the right task for some rookies. We'll see. Oh. Something tells me that we should watch out for Will. Leonard, on the other hand, I hope that you surpass him in rank at some point. Won't hurt his ego. Yeah. So you know what candies I've been eating lately? And I don't eat many candies, but those strawberry bonbon things. You know, the grandma candy. The strawberry things that are wrapped in like strawberry wrappers. I have a soft spot for those things. I mean, they're grandma candies, but I am 111 years old, so I guess it applies to me. But yeah, I thought I like those quite a bit. Poison them. And weak to fire, resist to water. Okay. All right, set this guy on fire. Yeah. All right. What was that? Physical, neutral, fire, wind. Let's see here. Yeah. I win. You ever have those poof strawberry bonbons? They're quite delicious. I like them quite a bit, actually. As I said earlier. For the longest time, I didn't know what they were called, so I had a really hard time finding them. But then someone on, I think it was Blue Sky, posted about them, and like, someone posted names like, oh, that's what they're called. I guess I could have just, ooh, ouch. Papa Pichu, my friends, you're getting whoop-walled here. Also, I could change them out. I gotta pay attention to the type of attacks they have. Tengu egg. Level it up. Lots of dings. Alright, well, I got a lot of eggs here, but I think I just want to do it for the character. For the boss, I don't have. Tengu. That bounce on the nose. Let me see. What's it? I'll call him old. Call him Old Usopp. A character from One Piece, if you don't know. He has a very long nose, too. A key. Locked. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful. I gotta be watching out for secrets where I can punch the walls in and whatnot. I have to heal my do I have to heal between? I don't think I do. I guess extra, a bigger, higher stat numbers is nice. Power, health pluses. Definitely need more mana on this fella. Oh, did you level up? No, you did not. My slime buddy did. So in crummier news, Ubisoft and their you know, greedy wisdom, they canceled 5 projects. I mean, one of them was mobile, so you know, no real loss there. But one of them was the how do I? Okay, so why? Sorry about all the change. I gotta remember the controls. Oh, my keycat could have done that. Yeah. Blue cave key. Okay, no. And one of them was the Sands of Time remake. One of the canceled projects. And as Jeff Gerstmann on social media said, Blue Sky, I believe, he says, this is the company that released Skull and Bones, so if they call the game, like, really bad, then it must have been real junk. But that leads into my other point. How the heck do you muck up a remake to Sands of Time? One of the most beloved games of on Xbox and PS2. And GameCube, I believe. It's like, how do you muck that up? It's so easy to make like a mid-range game. Like, that game was not huge. It had super solid like parkour, wall running and all that junk. All they need to do is just port all that crud and just make the combat better. Like, how the heck do you muck that up? I know why. I know how they mucked it up. They didn't create games where they could put monetization or a season pass or all the other trash in. That's how they mucked it up. I choose these two and choose Beth. Price poison.
Whoa. Explosion! Blah.
Actually, I should use him last since that's like an alpha strike. Fire claws! Yeah. But yeah, that means they're like doing a whole restructure thing. So that means they're gonna probably close a bunch of studios and lay a bunch of people off. Oh no, wrong one.
Whoa.
Fire claws, yeah. And use you, alpha strike time, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Fool. Do some water damage. Hey. Yeah, you know, just it's such a trash industry. Like, legitimately, like, for a very long time I wanted to make video games, and maybe someday that'll be a case. But I mean, people have a team to make video games, but either you starve to death as an indie developer and get lost in like a sea of indie games with terrible exposure, or you get ground to dust in like a bigger studio under a publisher that doesn't care. They'll grind you down to dust to make where's the platform? Oh, down below. Oh, okay. I see. This is gonna be kind of annoying because I think monsters respawn between screens. Okay, gotta do this one up. All right, this one is can I do like maybe? All right, this one could go up. Okay, all right, I got it. Though, you know, if you really want to be like creative, the indie space is the way to go. Like all the games I've been playing or interested in, like a few exceptions aside, have been indie games. Like all the PS1 graphic styles have been indie games. Games that have like fun. Like, I move this up. Alright, let's try that now. Like, they may not be the most innovative, like gameplay systems, but they're clearly passionate and have like a preference for certain games, like that they love, they grew up with, and these are their games. These are the kind of games they want to like make, and that's great. Not to say that like people pop bigger studios, they're beholden to publisher stuff, but don't make the games that they want to, but they could be the publishers. Okay, that doesn't gel with what we want to do. I guess I can't do that. Weak to fire. Okay. Choose a monster. Wow. Alright, let's see here. It's not for the damage, it's for the debuff. Weakness. Good. Right, how about you? And Alpha Strike time. Yeah, boy. Up. Let's beat this fool down. Yeah. Explosion! You just been exploded. Yeah, you know, this Ubisoft. It's not this Ubisoft. All these publishers, this trash. It's just awful. Like, it's in the name of profits, but the byproduct of that is also creating a pool of labor. So people who want to get in the industry could take lower wages and undercut people with more experience. And you also have like junior developers going into these roles that, you know, while they're talented, they're not prepared for. Like, being a lead is different than being like a just like a regular worker. It'd be like getting hired one day, the next day, like as like a line cook. We'll use like cooking examples because, you know, we have one in the chat. maybe like getting hired as a line cook, then like a week later, oh wow, you're gonna be a shift manager now because we laid off the shift manager. It's like, oh wow, you're not remotely prepared for that responsibility, and so you just cave under it. Or if you don't cave, like you might just do a substandard job. I mean, it's not your fault, it's just, you know, you're not prepared for that. Make the wrong calls or like no calls, and just like the project would suffer for it. Weak to water. All right. Do we have any water guys? No. Oh, weak to fire. That's no good. All right. Well. Oh, jeez Louise. I'm sorry. Let's use slime. He's not weak to water. All right, we got arcane bolt. This is gonna be a long one, my friends. Yeah, I get that crit damage. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a rough time to want to play video. Rough time to make if you want to make video games. And I feel for them, like I feel for the folks, like for all of them, really. Like, you know, indie developers who have a passion project that is just not getting eyeballs put on it. Like I've said in the past, I wish my channel was bigger because I'm playing all these indie games. A lot of VTubers do this, so it's not like I'm unique in this. But all of them are just making all these games, and they just want to promote them. So I think the game's pretty rad. Not bad. Took a lot of damage, but I thought it went pretty well. Yay! Wowie wowie did it. Yowie wowie. Alright, I'm getting like weapons and guitars. A guitar. This is mostly like physical damage, right? Yeah, except for one there. Alright, we got neutral attacks, increased damage. Okay, I see. I don't mind to get some extra defense here. Look at this guy. He has a lot of health too, but I actually give him some defense. He seems like a tough cookie. Could this help me if I ever get new launches? Like that old Usopp one was pretty easy to figure out, but other ones, Okay, can't get up there. If I go the other way, because I see how I could go, but how come I didn't go that way? That's a question. I think that door was locked or some such, or I opted not to because the keep was right there. I'll keep that open. Actually, no. Actually, I will forget. I'm gonna have a choice here. But I think if I go to another zone, the enemies will respawn. I guess I go skip them. I'm really good at platforming. And I don't want to fight them right now. There's one negative I will say is that the nature of the combat encounters, which I think are fun, but it's those things where if you have too many of them, combat can get pretty tedious really fast. So I don't want to have that kind of burnout with this game. So I haven't been enjoying it, but something tells me if I keep doing that, I might hamstring myself for later encounters. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And like the tutorial said, oh, this is why I couldn't get there because I need like super jump or something. Oh, I wound that way for nothing. Like if you have turn-based combat, you can't have like too many encounters, otherwise your players would burn out right quick. But because you get eggs, they're higher level than what your characters monsters are, so I think that alleviates that problem pretty well. Because this game otherwise has some fun designs in it that I appreciate. Can't catch me. I just barely make it up that one. Barely. And what's going on over here? How come I can't? Yep, can't get that way. Alright. Alright, it's probably something I have to go all the way on the around to get to. So let's do that. Okay, I can't make that one. Won't be able to go that way either. Guess they just wants to go down. Down, down, down. Red gem. Nice. I'll fight these. Yeah! Land on that one's head. How come I didn't mush him? Oh. So, gotta jump it around with my conversations here, but that's okay. You know, you don't come to me for smooth conversation transitions. You come for me for rambling, random nonsense. Like 10 minutes later, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, that's me. This guy weak to anything? No. Okay. Acid rain. Okay. What is that? Crit damage? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, weakness. Guy farted on me. Disgusting. Rude, too. Weak to fire. Okay. Oh yeah, this just gotta change up my tactics so I do the alpha strikes. I should probably put poison on that one. Ooh. I'll heal you, fella. Get whoop walked. How dare you hit my fellas. Actually, should have focused on that guy first because of the lightning damage. This should do it. Yeah. Oh, there's so much damage. The crit. I'm glad that catzerker's strong. So I like having a cat with a huge gut sword. Makes my day. Stand back, watch a real king. Keeper, he manages a wild monster. Oh, congrats, you one-shot a poor little slime. Another glorious victory. Okay, well, I think I'll go the other way. I don't want to follow this clown. Not yet, at least. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Another game that was in the Xbox thing was Beast of Incarnation. And it looked really fun too. But I have a thing to say or two about that style of game, these character action games. So I'm glad that they're getting like we're seeing like a renaissance of it, and like the Korean and Chinese like game development scenes are starting to take off. But the trouble is, if you put all these different games side by side, I would think they're all from the same game. And I hate thinking that, because it's clear all these games are made by talented, passionate individuals, but they're all the same. They all take place in a ruined world with monsters that are grotesque and primarily made up of viscera. The only thing differentiating aspect of Beasts of Incarnation is that instead of the monsters be made of viscera, they're made of flowers. And like the apocalypse in that game is like very colorful, like, you know, it's all plant-based, overrun by spores and fungi and pretty flowers. So that's differentiated pretty well. But like all the moves, they're all super flashy, which is not a problem. Like I really do really enjoy over animated attack animations, as long as like they don't get in the way of like the responsiveness that you want from that type of game. But they're all blending together, and it's such a bummer. I mean, like we have that problem too. I like Lords of the Fallen quite a bit, but some of the areas look very similar to Dark Souls, and that too. That game's made like all the enemies in that game too. It's a dark, ruined world. It's grimy and dirty, and enemies are primarily made up of viscera. So that has that issue. So it's not unique to like Eastern game development of character action games. That game has that problem too. And I'm talking about the style, not how they play. Like I'm sure they all play. Like I haven't played many of them. I'm sure they all play really, really well, and they're super duper fun. But the look is just like they're all blending together. And I wish that wasn't the case. Like, I'm not saying, hey, to change the way you do things, but it's just, I don't know. It's, I told you a while ago, these days, unique is very hard to do. I agree. I do agree. It's like they're experiencing, I don't know if I said it here or told you or just said to myself or said elsewhere. They're experiencing what we experiencing during the aughts, and which is to say, in the aughts we had tactical military shooters that took place in the Middle East or elsewhere, and they either had the Mexico piss filter. Resident Evil 5's guilty of this too, by the way, or they were gray. That's what every game was for a very long time. And before that, it was World War II shooters. And funny enough, we got so many shooters like that over the years that trend lasted longer than the actual war it was based on. At least the US's involvement in it. Not like Europe's involvement. So it's just we go through there's trends that we follow. I think the current trend now is open world games, collectathons. I mean, I really like those Horizon games, but they could use with a lot less icons. And you don't have to go excuse me, you don't have to go do those icon activities, but it's just it clogs up the map. I mean, I have my issues with Breath of the Wild, not so much Tears of the Kingdom, but you can get a middle ground of like too much icons and no icon, or barely any icons. So I thought Breath of the Wild, for as much as people really love it, and it's a decent game, don't get me wrong, there was barely anything to do. You climbed around and you saw vistas, which is fun for like a minute before you realize I spent 20 minutes going up this mountain and there's nothing up here other than like an okay view. And that okay view was hamstrung by the hardware the game was on. Which is why I thought Tears of the Kingdom, which is funny enough, people were cold on that one. They liked it as much as I liked Breath of the Wild, but I like Tears of the Kingdom as much as people liked Breath of the Wild. At least among like game the enthusiast press, which I've established. Like I don't hold any of their opinions in high regard due to like the opinions they had about certain things. But it's just. What am I choosing here? I've been on the screen too long. I'll just go with Owie Wowie. It just had more things to do. Tears of the Kingdom, like the dungeons, or the cave dungeons, were a lot more fun because they led into different things. Like go in this cave, like, oh wow, this leads to something completely unique. You go into the underworld, which is really, really intense. Like it has like a good difficulty curve. Like you start going down there like sight unseen. And you realize, oh, I'm vastly underprepared for this, but it's super duper intense because you're going through this monstrous, awful area. Oh, I should have put oh, look at this guy. I'm gonna heal this guy up. He's taking all damage. But you go down there and you realize you have to go through this terrible, awful, very hard area with basically like no supplies, nowhere, like unable to know where you're going because you could follow those statues, but they give you vague directions. Like I remember I was following the statues then, because sometimes you can see a clear view of them in the darkness, and sometimes you can see silhouettes of enemies. But you're just avoiding all these groups of enemies that are much tougher versions of the ones on the surface. And I got lost, and it was such an intense, fun experience that when I made that cheat like hoverboard thing that you could design. When I had that and I was like flying over all that stuff, it was so satisfying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh, it's the weakness. Okay, it's fine. It was just like it was like a really good arc. I mean, I think it kind of overstayed its welcome towards the end because you have to go down there for some things. But those initial like hours with it, like so good. Like it was better than anything I've experienced in Breath of the Wild. You resist that. Okay, I'll do some punch combos. Yeah. And you do beating. I thought the story was better. I mean, there was more of a story. I mean, I like a good story in my game. Like, just not required. Like, Breath of the Wild got by without much of a story. You know, that was okay, but it was just had some nice things. Oh, what are we doing? Stop doing that. And it had like good proper dungeons. What the heck were they called? You know, those mechanical monster dungeons that you had for the champion areas. Those were good dungeons in the in Breath of the Wild. Like they were all pretty unique and had to use had like mechanics that made use of like spinning things around. I thought that was really cool. But there was a bit more variety and in the sequels game. I just thought sometimes a justification for going there from like the champions, the new champions you got, like why are they evil? Like, oh, some of them like kind of like silly. But I guess it made sense because Ganon corrupts everything it touches, and like it makes sense that like the human Ganon would do this to the current champions and whatnot. But that was fun. Like the Tears of the Kingdom, the only thing I really didn't like is that, and this was like a conscious design decision, which I really didn't agree with, is that they wanted to make it like standalone, so every single shrine area and like mention of like the previous game wasn't there. I was like, well, what happened to the shrines? And it's like, I don't even think there's like a line of dialogue that acknowledged that there used to be shrines. And like all the technology and all that stuff you got from the previous game didn't really amount to piss. So it was just like, it was kind of a bummer, really. But beyond that though, that game was really, really great. Were these teleportation thingies? Okay, they were. Okay. That's right. I remembered. And like I also thought Breath of the Wild had like one of the the best side story of the bunch is the ones where you have to find those little birds, and they sing like a nice little song at the end. And I thought that was really nice. Like I thought the melody they sang was beautiful, and it was really nice. It was excellent, in fact. And nothing in those other games, like story-wise, like reached those levels. But mechanically and gameplay-wise, nothing in Breath of the Wild holds a torch to anything Tears of the Kingdom had. But yeah, like tangent aside, like I don't think like any of those other games need as many icons, especially Horizon, where that world is so creative and there's so much to explore. It's just let people explore it on their own. Let them give like pacing quests, which is to say like it kind of guides people in like the right direction. Like you see, oh, I see an icon over there, so I think I'll go that way. Then you discover a bunch of fun stuff along the way. Like I think they should do that because they have a world that speaks for itself. And that's why people really like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because they have a set goal with the castle. Like you know where to go, because the castle can be seen from everywhere in the map. But then you see like, oh wow, it's a huge volcano with a big mechanical thing walked around it. It's like, oh, that's cool. Or if you go a certain way, you get to this like very unique looking like coral like area. It's like, oh, what's this? I think I'm gonna go this way. Oh wow, this monk guy's actually kind of tough, so I gotta make sure I get the proper okay, what are they? Fire. Wait, okay, so I gotta get some wing guys. Get fire out. Too many of them use earth, so I think I'll go with this. I'll go with Howie Wowie again. Alright, I'll go with the guy that can be attacked almost immediately, so I'll do that. Actually, no, that ignores. I just want this to.
Yeah.
Bye, fella. Alright, only have to deal with 2 now. But yeah, and like also, like I thought the climbing stuff in Horizon 2 was just dumb. I mean, it was like a halfway point between like a guided. Oh, he's weak to that. Nice. Okay, let's take him down next. It was like a bad halfway point between like being completely open, like in Breath of the Wild, and like a more guided experience that like the first game had, or like most games that have climbing. It's like either have a very guided climbing thing, like a ride almost, or go full Monty with with it being completely. I think I want to try doing it this way. Go with the Okay, guess this. What's it, Chris? Okay, so I could do it. Alright, it's fine. Get the next one. You can do it. Yay! My little guy did it. My little sprout. But yeah, like this go full Monty, allow it, because in that game you couldn't tell where the handholds were, so you had to have the focus tell you where they were. So you get up to this like mountainside, and you have a bunch of like high-tech trash cluttering up the seam because you couldn't tell where it was. Someone mentioned like it needed better art direction, like it was like too good looking. Like I don't like that phrasing, but they could have had like more distinct handholds. But the point I'm trying to make is they need, for the third game, go back to the more like focused, like straightforward ride, autopilot climbing, or go full Monty. This halfway junk needs to go. And if they're gonna go, if they're of the mind like, oh, well, let's go do a halfway point, just don't have climbing at all. It's just don't bother. This wasn't fun. It added nothing. The only time it kind of added a little something was when you can climb up like a thing. Ooh, KK! Where you can climb up a like handhold thing in like a combat arena and get like a bunch, like a use your like grappling hook thing to get like to jump up high in the air so you can get some slow motion attacks off. Yeah, land on your head for some extra. Oh, I should use skill point. I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. All right, I think I'll go with Meow Knight. Meow Knight. Do some fire dudes. All right, let's do this. Apply his poison. Shoot your snot on him, my friend. Explosion. Gotta go full here. Let's just do this. Yep, see. I was primed to beat him up with that one. Ooh, geez Louise. Gotta take him out right quick. Yeah. Ooh, dang. That was pretty good. I mean, what do you think, Boo? I mean, you played Horizon, right? What do you think? You think they should, like, do that sort of thing? Like, just go full Monty or just remove it or whatever? Because, you know, it just didn't really add anything, that halfway point trash. Just, I don't know. I'm being an armchair designer here, which is, you know, whatever. Call me a piece of poo for doing so, but I really honestly think they just need to Pick a lane. And if it will have icons, fine, whatever. You know, it's not the end of the world, but I really think they should... Excuse me. Really could use with less icons. People more about the handholds than more about this when there's none. Hey, that's fair. Like, people get really weird. Like yellow paint. Like who cares? Like, before it was white paint, which I think they should have used. I will give them that. But, like, having indicators of what you can break and whatnot, like, that's been in video games forever. Like, the yellow paint thing is when, that got brought up, so that got brought up when Resident Evil 4 Remake came out. They were, like, upset that everything was slattered and yellow that could be interacted with. But then another bunch of game developers were showing up like, yeah, you have no idea how often people get lost. I think I'll do level 2 on this. Why not? Some weakness will be nice. And like one guy says, yeah, my game, they reached like a end of a platform where there was no way to go right because it was like one of those games. So he said he had to add like a elevator that also turned people around so they knew which way to go. And you could say, oh well, they won't get better in skills. Is like that's not really how it works, my friends. Like, oh yeah, more attack for this guy, please. It's just like you have to like have guiding things, and like I guess you could do like say better better signifiers or better level design, but it's just like then it kind of cripples like creative level design. You just gotta have those signposts and like paint and other junk, arrows, whatever, you know, just having, you know, fun little things in a world that tells you where to go. Like, I think the game that was perfect about it, that fit the setting and level design, was Control, because you're in like whole thing is like they made extraordinary things mundane. That's the whole thing of the game. Like, you see this thing creates like a gravitational, this floppy disk creates a gravitational field around it. It's so cool. Like, but then like in the oldest houses, it's like, oh, it's just dealing with this thing's a Tuesday for the people who work there. It's like a big office building, boring office building that contains all these fantastical, which one's this? This magic? Yeah, magic damage. It's like a containment center, boring containment center for all these extraordinary things. But the way it's set up as an office building, it had lots of signposts. Like, oh, you want to get to containment? Go right. It tells you containment right. Or if you want to get to the power station, it shows you go left. You know, they will call different things. Like, it's been a while since I played Control, so I cannot tell you. It's like on the tip of my tongue, like on the tip of my mind, I should say, but it's just not quite forming. So I apologize. I do adore that game. It's one. Sorry, I'm having bad cable management problems going on here, but yeah, that's one of my favorite games. I need to actually play that again before the second one comes out. I mean, I am all for playing as Dylan. I'm not gonna poo-poo it. Like, he wasn't a terribly interesting character in the first game. He was more like a MacGuffin, and like the only time you ever heard from him is like when he was like a petulant child, and for a good reason, because he was locked up for a very long time. It was treated like a thing more than a person, or him being controlled by the hiss. Like, he was a MacGuffin. There wasn't much to him. So if they're trying to make him more interesting in the sequel, then yeah, heck yeah. And him being like melee focused compared to Jesse's ranged focus, I'm all for that crap. No, bring it on. But I do hope you play as Jesse. And it seems like they're getting into like dual protagonists, so I think they're just holding off on Jessie stuff because she's a known quantity and focusing mostly on focusing on like, hey, that guy that wasn't terribly interesting in the first game. Well, let's focus on him to sell people on him, in my opinion. What do I want to do here? Oh wow, okay, I think I'll do that. Yeah, heck yeah. So I think as it gets closer to release, we'll see like more, like see Jessie gameplay. At least that's what I hope. I mean, a game without Jessie, okay, I'm on board with the allergic reaction to the game. The announcement. It's like, oh, a game without Jessie, what is this trash? No, thank you. I'll get it once on sale. How dare you, Remedy? How dare you? But I won't have that reaction. I'm just being silly. But yeah, Jessie was like a really cool protagonist. It'll just be a shame if we don't play as her again. Well, like I said, I think she'd probably show up later on and later like trailers and all that junk. Where was I going now? I think there was a door I could have used right here. Because you know, in Alan Wake 2, you were playing as Saga for a long time. It's like, is Alan Wake even in the game he's named that it's named after him? It's like, oh yeah, he is. I just hope if Jessie's in the game, her part of the game is more interesting than Alan Wake's. I mean, I played that game twice. The second time around to get like the true ending, and his sections are kind of tedious, if I'm really honest. And like those enemies you face aren't interesting in the slightest. I'm sorry to say. It's just blah. You know what I mean? Alright, what do they attack with? Okay, yep. Sweep the fire. That's okay. Okay, oh, they all have the same junk. Anyone attack with? Okay, they do. Attacks with lightning. Okay, 1, 2. They're weak to that. Trouble is, I kind of wish they saw what kind of abilities they have, because it's hard to keep track of, even though I just upgraded Biff. Alright, I'll go with these two, then I will go with, let's go with Rocky Balboa. The trouble with Lightning Ball in this character that he has very, very poor magic attack. Oh, I should have did this first. Oh, it's okay. Silly goof me. Ooh, whoop whoop there, my friends. But I'm curious to see how they do melee combat. It looks like more of a character action game with melee combat, and they never did made a game like that before. So I'm curious to see how it goes. Like, legitimately, I'm very curious how it goes. I mean, the everything about that game looked really cool. So, nice wind. Oh wait, yeah, no, I didn't need to do this one. I'll just blow you up. Oh, they're not weak to that. Oh, I'm disappointed in you. Now, I'm glad they're attacking me in a very poor manner. That's the trouble. This guy has no stinking... Well, whatever. Alright, let's get a crit hit. No. Catzerker's been very disappointing this time around. I don't think weakness stacks, but you know, he's weak to that. Alright, redeem yourself. Crit while I don't need it. There we go. But you know, Remedy games have got enough goodwill for me. Like, I have no reason to doubt they're not gonna make something really fantastic. A shame about Firebreak, though. And it seems like it actually finally got to where it needed to be, but I think they need to either make that free to play or sell it for super duper duper cheap. Like, oh, the new price is $5 or $10 or something like that. Inject like get a player base in there. What's bubble burst? Activates, okay. Rocky, I don't think we're getting anywhere with this one. Rocky, if only you were a bigger rock and a boulder instead of a pebble. And it's okay, I'm not blaming you, I'm blaming myself. If I were a little bit heavier. I can't take anything off of Meowing at night. It's just not in the cards. I'm not even use these guys at all. Well, I guess I could just put in this guy because he doesn't have anything on it. Crit damage. Shell. Yeah, you give him a little extra something HP wise. Oh. Hey! Uh-oh. Of course, there's nothing here. They accounted for someone being okay decent at jumping. Yeah, alright. Alright, developers. You won this round. Yeah! Oh yeah, for some reason yesterday, since I wasn't streaming, I had a lot of time to think about things, like just, you know, older things, being an old man that I am, old tin toy. Well, technically I am a man, but I'm a tin toy first and foremost, so I gotta start using that. I'm becoming too much of a human from the streaming, but I gotta remember my roots, my origin. And I was thinking about some older TV shows, kids TV shows, and one of them that came up to mind, actually a couple of them did, one led into another, is you ever, I don't know if you saw this booth being in the UK, Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? And that was a fun TV show where they the contestants, which were all kids, these were kid shows, so the contestants were kids, is that they had to like get warrants to get to the arrest, and they had to find out where these people were, because it wasn't just Carmen Sandiego. She had accomplices, and I cannot remember the names of those accomplices for the life of me. But it was really fun. It was like everyone's dressed up like they were detectives and all that kind of nonsense. I mean, it was cute. It was a fun little thing. But what I thought about, what I was reminded of, which just made me think about all these other things, is that there was like a bonus round where they had to place like a marker on the capitals of each like country or state in the US, and it was so unfairly hard. Like the US one was the easiest because it's easy to remember the US states, especially if you're from there. It was a US show, so of course people are gonna know where like Boston was, the capital of Massachusetts, or any other place. Except for me, which I forgot everything, but it was like a requirement in grade school to memorize all the state names, and to a lesser extent, the capitals. But imagine getting in Europe, like being in the Western European setting. Could you tell me every single capital of every single country in Europe? What if you were unlucky? How about in Africa? Or in Asia? You had to know all, and they didn't know ahead of time which map they're gonna get. So they had to memorize the entire Earth's capital cities, all of them. And they had 67. They had 60 seconds or 2 minutes to put 8 or 10 markers, and no one. If you look up every, like, I got start. What round? I'm just sitting here, pick my nose. All right, I'll do. No. You and you. You had to. It was ridiculous. Like, and the only time anyone won, it was because they got the ING gods favored them, and they got Let me see. What do I want to do? Let me do this first. Hey, let's just do this. Alright, Featherstorm. Alright, what we got here? Okay, here we go. Do it. Oh, you failed again, catzerker. That's okay. But the only wins they got was when the U.S. Map of the U.S. came up. I don't think there's a single time they won when there was like Africa, especially Africa. Like, more people should pay attention to Africa because there's always heinous crap going on. It's too different means. Anyways, it was. No one knew where any of the capitals were, what they were. Europe, like, it's a mixed bag. Like, a lot of people, some people got them all, and which is great for them, but wind. I'll go Featherstorm. But no one, like, I think it was ultra rare that they got oh, what did I do in first, man? I'm just doing all the wrong stuff here. But, like, at most of the time, people got a quarter, half of the European capitals. Like, it was silly nonsense. Like, legit. Like, they knew that they had an out for when they didn't want anyone to win. I think I'll use this lightning for a change. Yeah! Like, oh, we don't want anyone to win the bonus round. And I don't know what the reward was, but it was something they didn't want to give away. It's like, oh, okay, we don't want anyone to win this stuff, so we'll throw Africa's map for the bonus round, where where Carmen San Diego's hanging out. You know, because heck, these kids, they ain't gonna get that trip to the Bahamas or whatever the trip was. A new car. I don't know. You know. But then it got me thinking, what else had not impossible, but really hard, like, challenges? And then it got Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like, they had at the very end, what the whole gameplay loop was. Oh, double jump! Woo! Real Monster Sanctuary starts now. This is what I'm talking about. Now we're playing with portals. Anyways, what was I saying? I lost track because I got so excited. Oh yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple. So the whole gameplay loop of that game show is they were like, they had like I don't know if it was quizzes. It usually is just like trivia quizzes to get right, and they were trying to get tokens, like half a token. And there was like 4 rounds of like either activities or questions. I think it might have been activities. What's this? What a strange door. It feels ominous standing right in front of it, doesn't it? My instincts tell me there's some dangerous monsters lurking behind that door. Judging by those sockets surrounding the door, it seems we need 5 particular round objects to open the door. We're still at the beginning of our journey. I have a feeling we'll come back here, open the door eventually. Don't worry, I'll be with you to brave the unknown. Oh, so this is like the endgame dungeon. Gotcha. Or maybe the endgame optional dungeon. In 1 second. Anywho, they were trying to get tokens, because at the very end they ran through the hidden temple, and then within this hidden temple, there were guards, and if you get caught by the guard, they will let you go if you had a token. And there was two in each group consisted of two kids. Each one got a token, so there were 2 guides, so you got 2 chances to go through, and that would mean one party member would get eliminated. So essentially what would happen is that the first person to go through, if they had a token and they were very unlucky, both guards would get them, but that would mean that their partner had a clear run to the goal. And some of those challenges, it was like built like a maze. Like you could choose, you want to go up or down, go to each chamber had like a name to it. And it was really tough. And then there's one chamber, it was like the monkey chamber. I don't remember the name of it. I should watch it. I watched the video recently, and I wasn't paying attention to the name. But you had to put together this unholy, difficult to discern monkey statue. You had to put in. Oh, can I double jump it? No. And you had to put this monkey statue together, and you couldn't. It was really hard. Sorry, I'm like kind of stumbling on like what I want to talk about first. It was so dang hard. You knew if a kid got into this chamber, they were cooked. That was done. But there was a one run, and this was the very first win of the season. I highly recommend looking it up. Do Legend of the Hidden Temple winning runs, and some of them are like compilations, other ones are like single ones. And actually, let me look that up real quick. What was it called? Secret Legends of the Hidden Temple winners. Okay, actually, I'll link it here. Let me just do this real quick. Okay, if it doesn't show up, do a Google search. YouTube search for Legend of Hidden Temples, the Cannonball of Galileo Temple Run. Here we go. It is the most tense thing you will ever see. This team, like the first contestant lady, she got eliminated, but she forged a path for this other kid, the next kid, and he just blitzed through everything. He made some errors along the way. Like he went, instead of going the way that he originally went, he went another way, which is fine because you have a lot going on in your mind. You might get confused because it was designed like almost like a maze and it had multiple ways to go. But he got to that monkey chamber and he smoked it so much. Like he smoked that puzzle. I reckon go watch it, you'll see. Like he knew what he was doing. It's like, oh heck, this monkey statue, I might nail it. And boom, he nailed it. It was so impressive. Because if you knew ahead of time what the heck that monkey statue did to all these other contestants, you're like, oh wow, this was a real feat of like smarts and ingenuity and all those good things. But that whole run is intense. Watch it and you'd be like, holy smokes, you'd be sweating beads, you'd be cheering them on. Like it is, as the first win of the season, like every other subsequent win had a lot to stand up to, and they weren't as intense as that. Like you knew, like, oh, they're gonna win it because they get to a certain point, and they got a certain point with the clock downtime. Oh, they have plenty of time. But this one, you're gonna bite your nails to the stumps. You're gonna bite them off completely. It's so good. Huh? Who are you then? Like, I'm hyping it up, but my hype is nothing compared to what you experience watching that. Huh? Who are you then? The alchemist says. Might be dangerous to continue on in this direction, especially for such a young one. Yeah, ha, 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 ha. That was a strange one. I think I've seen his mask before. But memory gets a little foggy when I try to remember something from another century. Might be worth investigating. Okay, let's do it. Excuse me. And there was this other game show. I wish I remember the name of it. See, you remember all these things, but you don't remember specifics other than like a few things. I have a few others I might talk about, but I want to save those for another stream. So I'm actually on the roll. This is the most I've yapped in forever. But I guarantee you, next time I'll stream, I'll be like, have nothing to yap about. So I need to stock these things up. But there was one. I want to talk to this guy first. That's a champion monster. I don't think I'm ready for this. I have an idea. I'll stay at a distance to study its behavior. Okay, best of luck to me. Excuse me. Got gassy there. Okay, it does win. Okay, attacks. All right. Choose monsters. All right. Oh, someone wanted to do it. Press the wrong button. Boof. Alright, well, I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is man regen. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of everything. Oh, yeah, so there was another game show. That was... I forgot exactly what you do, but I remember the prize. And this prize was like... This should have been in every kid's show. Oh my moly, that's hard hitting. Yeah. Alright, kind of want... Come on, crit hit. Oh, yeah! I take back everything bad I said about you, catzerker. Anyways, the Ooh, ouch. The winning prize for this was the kids got to run through Toys R Us with a shopping cart, and they could just take anything they want, and they got it for free. Now, tell me that's not the most exciting thing. Toys R Us, for you, anyone doesn't know, they're a toy store, and they sold toys and video games and all that stuff. And they were just running through these aisles with their arms outstretched, and they were pulling everything onto it. They were getting the big stuff. But I was thinking to myself, because that got the juices, like creative juices flowing as a kid, like, oh, if I was doing this, I would do this, that, and another thing. And I thought to myself, if I were doing that, I'd go to the video game section. And the way they did it is they didn't have the video games out there for you. They had like these like slips of paper that you would bring to the cashier. They would scan the barcode and they would charge you, you know, the charge you the price of the game. And then you would bring it to a separate person, like to a counter after the cashiers, and they would take the ticket and they would go out back. And when they came back, they went to the vault, the sacred vault with all the video games, and they would go back there and they would pick up the video game for you, and they would come out with your new shiny video game, and it was super exciting and great and fun. And I don't want to do that yet. I want to do some damage. And you had your new video game brought home, and it was super exciting and fun. And I thought to myself, if I got down that thing and I won, I would go to the video game section. I would pull out all those sheets of paper. Oh, video game for me. I'll just go there, because it was really easy to do. You just run up there, and it's like, well, so pieces of paper. And I was like, and you know what? I don't think I catch the show all the time, so I'm not sure if anyone else did that. But man, just thinking about doing that, like, got me really excited. Like, I was never gonna get on that show, which is, you know, that's fine. But it was just so fun to watch. And now, and it was just like fun little gag things. Like, there was this one show where they did like these fun, like, physical challenges. They weren't embarrassing or anything like that. They were just having fun, and they got slimed or messy, like throw pies at each other, like junk like that. But now the equivalent these days is like that human piece of trash, Mr. Beast, putting all these people through psychological torture for like cash money that they need to pay off their student loans and stuff. Like, they're making a spectacle of other people suffering. Like, I do not like that guy one iota. But it's like, it's not fun at all. These people are just hurting themselves just for some money, and it stinks. But you go back, watch those old ones. These kids having fun, doing all this like silly nonsense, and again, like big prizes at the end. Well, you know, sometimes it wasn't that fun because, like I said, you know, they had to memorize and know of like all these capitals of countries that they never been to, or like there was no way to prepare for it unless you crammed like the world's history. Let's try tackle. Actually, this was a pretty good combo. But yeah, like, TV shows back then were so fun, especially if they were kid-oriented. Like, they were so exciting. Like, the people who made them knew what they were doing. They had the formula down to get little kids excited. And you send it to Keeper Novice rank. New items are available at traders. Dual circles now available to Keeper's Tower. Wow, you did it! You are braver than me. I thought I was prepared for it, but once I saw this champion, I felt paralyzed. By the way, did you meet some suspicious person earlier? You two are still here? Did you find any champion monsters? Yes, Eugene defeated one by himself. What? You must have confused it with a regular monster. The champion must still be around here somewhere. What a big-headed guy. Anyway, I'll go back to the Keeper and try to find something out about this suspicious person we met. Meet me at the library and keep a stronghold. Well done, Eugene. That was your first real challenge as a monster keeper. Who knows what else you're capable? Who knows what else you're capable of? I can be a voice actor. What do you think? Actually, I would require like 200,000 takes because you know me. I can't pronounce anything. Oh, what's up here? And I'll probably need multiple takes to do anything, ever, forever. Actually, I don't want to fight anyone. Actually, I'm gonna probably call it there. I'm gonna get to the like the warp point. Just warp back to the where is it, by the way? Okay, let's go that way. I'll skip all the fights. But I would need like a billion takes. I can't pronounce anything, and I flub lines all the time. Just there. I was gonna try to clip that, but since I flubbed at the time, actually I'll clip it anyways. I need to make more clips for this channel. It is fun to do. Like sometimes I should probably just go out of my way and do something silly. Because, you know, it's silly. It's entertaining. But yeah, kids shows back then, like Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was like a thing. It was really fun. There was so many fun, shows there. That involved getting messy and slimed and all that junk. And the prizes were good. Very kid-oriented. And yeah, just the good old days. Now you have YouTube shorts and TikToks and doom scrolling and stuff that just melts the brain. Like, those shows melted the brain in general. Well, except for the trivia ones, but it was just like useless trivia that you could store away and have no applicability to real life. But, you know, it was better than doom scrolling and turning your brain to mush, like over just people acting like fools, like I do. But, you know, they're, instead of being like a scrappy two-person viewing, and that includes me and Booth here, doing YouTuber, it's some like, it's like a trust fund baby or the son of like an executive, so they can blow like $3,000 destroying like a stereo or some crap. I don't know. They live in a commune home with 3 other people in like Los Angeles or some crap, and they all do the same junk. So just things were better in my day. Man, I turned into old man yells at clouds there, didn't I, Boof? Well, that's what happens when you wax nostalgia. Though, you know, that's the thing with nostalgia. You know, you remember it better than it actually was. And you were a little kid too, so things were better back then, but you can't put the toothpaste back in the ball. So you get older, then you learn about history. It's like, oh wow, actually things kind of stunk back then. I was just insulated from it all. But you know, you can be nostalgic for the things you grew up with. And they probably won't hold up, but you can look fondly at them. Like geopolitical stuff aside, like it's just like all the little kids crap. You know, the cartoons, the game shows, and all that other junk. Like, there's cable TV, too, so you can only watch what's available. Like, nowadays, if I wanted to, like, watch, like, the old stuff, like, it's, all the all the episodes are on YouTube. And, you know, these days, like, if you want to watch something, you go to your favorite YouTuber. Please come to my channel. I could be your favorite YouTuber, and just watch what they put out. It's like one of those things like I said earlier, like I don't consider myself like content creator. I don't call anything I want content because it's disposable. It's just you watch it, then you forget about it. I don't want to do that thing. I want people to come here and have a good time and at least try and remember it. Think of them as videos, not content. Because content is like it's like tissue paper. Like you use it up and you discard it. And I'm hoping people that watch this will be entertained and maybe I'll go back and go check out my favorite parts of the VOD or watch the VOD again. Like second screen viewing, like I don't like that as a concept either, but you know, if you turn your head when something silly's happened or wow, that's fine too. Like I can't be picky, and ultimately you can't control how people watch the media, but like, I only take real big umbrage of that is when it comes to like streaming platforms like YouTube. They even say, like, people who work with them say it's like it's mandated that they have to have like the plot points have to be repeated multiple times because people are watching this stuff while doing their laundry or doing other things, second screen viewing. So it ruins the pacing and the structure of a story. Because while you can be spending time doing character beats and all that stuff, they have to stop the pacing dead to explain what they're doing, where they're going, and all that other junk. I hate it. Like, I don't like to say hate, but in that particular thing, I hate it. Because it's turning those projects into content, not movies or shows. And it's not like universal. There's some things on these stream platforms that break the mold. But like, the stuff they put real money behind, like, there are exceptions. They want the things to be repeated. But like I said, not everything. Like, he's not popular. Like, very online people don't like him for some reason. Like, I like Zack Snyder quite a bit. Like, I love his Superman films. Go at me, I don't care. I don't think he's an objectivist or fascist. That is such nonsense. But anyways, I liked Rebel Moon. That's a really fun sci-fi romp. It's like he grew up with Heavy Metal magazine, and he's like, I'm gonna make a sci-fi heavy metal inspired thing, and it's exactly that. It's super entertaining. But there's two versions of it, which I hate, by the way. And the first crappier version is second screen viewing version. They repeat things. They have to have subtitles telling you what planet they're going to. They cut out a lot of good stuff, a lot of character moments, and they weren't good. They weren't received well. Then the director's cuts came out, and they were great. They were fun. They were longer, but he makes long things, and you know, it's streaming. So if you think it's too long, pause it. Go do something else. Anyway, those were great things. And more sci-fi, a genre I like, the better. So, you know, getting, like, that's one of the things that got away from that. But it got away with it because there were separate cuts, which is not the way to do things. And that's what YouTube people wanted. It's not what he wanted, so don't blame him for that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just like, I do not like the fact that things are treated as disposable second screen viewing things. It's not fun, a way to engage with art or anything else for that matter. But yeah, that's the end of my tangent, my rant. And it's all my opinion, so that's why you're here. Listen to my opinion, my yaps. Well, anyways, as it turns out, yapping a ton is very, very tiring. Like, holy moly. So, respect, and I've always respected, I'm being silly, but respect to all the YouTubers who could constantly yap. They're real professionals. I hope to get to that point where I'm yapping so much and that I'm not getting tired and my throat's not turning to ash. Which is what it's doing right now. That's why I'm going to stop. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by, Boof. It's always a pleasure. We'll play Neo 3 when it comes out. I'm hoping you hear back from that thing, and it'll muck up the scheduling, but we'll make it work. That way you'll have some disposable stuff, and you'll be able to afford all the good things. But yeah, I did pre-order it, by the way, so I'm in the bag. But I'm not going to touch it until you have it, and that way we'll just experience everything together. We'll just go through the game. We'll go through the whole way. I can't remember if we beat 2 together or not. I know you got burnt out eventually, and I had to continue the journey. I think we didn't. We got very close, but then you kind of like got burnt out a little bit because you played that game a ton. Oh, we did. Okay, good. All right, I wasn't sure. You know, my memory's turning to trash. So, but yeah, you played that game initially more than I did. You got hardcore into that, which was great. You were really good with the scythe weapon. That was you were better than I was for a long time there. But I think I surpassed you a little bit towards the end. Yes, that's right. That is right. We did New Game Plus and we farming that. We did that for a little bit. You're like, you know what? This is silly. Let's stop. And we stopped. Like, I think that game does have a loot problem. It does the worst kind of loot. Was like, oh, this you get 4% extra slashing damage. It's like, like it's no good. Like, what you did in that game, if the numbers went higher, you just switched to it. It didn't matter until like New Game Plus. Or you worked towards a certain set bonus, which were actually pretty good. And then you just used those pieces of armor the entire time. And if you found like a better version of it that had that set bonus, you just used it. But anyways, I digress. We'll play that once you have it. Like, we'll start from ground zero, from moment one. We'll just play through it. It'll be on PS5, and as I said earlier in the stream, it'll just be a game for us and Booth. But we do have a game that we'll probably play tomorrow or Sunday. I hope you started downloading it, Booth. It's not super big, but you know, we both know your internet's trash, so better start it. I'm not gonna say what it is. It's gonna be a surprise. Cause Wildcard Weekend, woo! But it wasn't the game I was hyping up last time. This one happened to drop coincidentally, but the other game will come, and I'm actually excited to play that one. It'll be done tomorrow. Okay, good. It better be. But yeah, look forward to that. I'm hoping we'll get some good amount of time, and it might be an endurance stream, so I might start a little bit before lunch, then have lunch during the stream, and then we'll continue on with, because like I said earlier, it was a game Booth and I have been really like keeping an eye on for a long time. So I'm actually really excited to play with you, Booth. And the next one, we'll probably play next week sometime, maybe during the week and then again on the weekend. So we'll see how things work out. Okay, for realsies, I'm gonna go. You know me. I can never end my streams when I say I'm gonna go. So, but yeah, really thanks for stopping by. I hope you were entertained by me actually yapping for a change and finding things to talk about. It felt really good. I'm trying my best to yap and do commentary at the same time, but it doesn't always work out. Thanks for stopping by, Booth. It's always nice when you're around and yap with me. I know you're around all the time, but it's nice to chit chat every once in a while. Keep the conversation going. And yeah, I appreciate all you. Even if you stop by for like 2 minutes, hear me talk, then leave. Every those 2 minutes count. It means a lot. And so yeah, so I hope you all stay healthy, stay safe, and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next stream. Bye bye.